Good morning, everybody. Are we all well? Happy New Year. You have to say that, don't you, until you've seen everybody in the year. Right. For those of you who haven't met me before, as you've heard, my name's Louise Riley, and I've been building my business alongside my husband, Ashley, for, 22 years now. I started my journey with Forever because I was looking for something. I didn't know what I was looking for at the time, but I'd become a single mum, and at that time the children were 3.5 going on 4. They're triplets, and I've also got 2 others since then. And my background at that particular time, I was qualified in the beauty industry, but I'd had my own business from the age of 21 in clothes and jewellery. So I'd always kind of like, I worked for myself, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So what I did actually, when I became a single mum, I wrote down all the things I didn't want in my life, including obviously the ex-husband. He was on that list. And it kind of led me to, what did I want to do? How did I want to move forward? I then met Ashley, who I'm now married to, and he introduced me to Forever Living. In fact, first of all, it was the products. And after drinking Aloe, and its unique flavour, and using the other products I started to use, I then went along to head office, and I went to a business presentation, and it just felt right. That's the only thing I can say. It's a bit like when you go looking for a new house and you're looking at lots and lots of different properties, and then you walk into one and it just feels like home. And for me, Forever was that. So going on over the last 22 years, Ashley and I have built a business, a global business. We've qualified for everything on the marketing plan, and we're very privileged to work with some amazing people and absolutely love what we do. I've been training for the company as an advisory board member since 1998 now. So as you've heard, I started my journey as an advisory board member really on skincare, cosmetics, and then over a period of time, I now do more and more with sports nutrition, weight management, all the supplements, and aloe vera. A lot of people know about my passion, and that's for compliance. I go around like that, people. But I think, we are professionals, and we have to learn the correct way. Would you agree? Yeah. So I'm going to share some of that with you today. I'm also going to share a little bit of information about how it all started, the journey with Forever. So, I'm knocking everything over. A lot of people don't actually know the 40-year, how it all started 40 years ago. So I'm going to talk about products, but I want to start right at the beginning. And because I'm starting right at the beginning, for some of you, it's going to be a little bit of a history lesson all about Forever. So over the years, when we started our journey with Forever, as I said, it was 22 years ago, Ashley and I have been very privileged to be able to spend a lot of time with Rex. We've attended lots of rallies and lots of events, and we've enjoyed hearing about his journey, how it all started with Forever. So Rex actually grew up on a farm in Idaho, and his dad taught him all about hard work. And one of the things that he learnt from his dad was a lean purse is easier to cure than endure. And he says that it's up to you to make it happen. It's up to you to go out there and map your own future. So he still sticks with that, and he says it's all about hard work and no shortcuts. So Rex then went on, after he left working on the farm, he went to college. After college, he did an accountancy course, and he was in accountancy for 2 years. Then he went on to real estate and worked with Del Webb. And he worked his way up through hard work, and he got up to the position of vice president. But while he was at Del Webb, some of his very close friends introduced him to MLM, network marketing. And because of his success, and because of his hard work and endurance, that they wanted him to share his business experiences. And he said, okay, I'll come along and I'll give you some guidelines and help your teams understand about business. So while he was attending all their events, he started to watch the marketing plans. And he thought, gosh, I could do that, but I could do it better. And what he wanted to do, he wanted to come up with a marketing plan that was going to give an income forever. But also, it had to be around helping people. So it all started in 1978, as you can see on the screen. And what's interesting about this particular, what it says on the screen here, it's actually in the international directory. And I use this when I'm prospecting, when I'm sitting doing my one-to-ones, because I want people to really understand who we are as a company. And what I really like about what that says is the bottom bit, to do it in a personal way, because that is what network marketing is all about. It's conversational marketing. It's building relationships up with people. It's not just about selling online and there's no relationship there. And so that's how it all started, with just 43 people in a room. Now, what's interesting is that Rex worked out the marketing plan, and then he thought, okay, what's the product going to be? So before he actually obviously launched Forever, in fact, it wasn't known as Forever in those days, it was Better Living Products. So how did it start? Well, he came across 3 doctors. One of them was Bill Coates, who for 25 years back then had been looking at a way how to stabilize aloe vera naturally. Now, he knew about aloe vera because as a young boy, he used to love water skiing. And he got really badly sunburnt once, and he was told to put aloe vera on his skin, and he can remember how soothing it was. And that's how kind of the journey with Forever and aloe vera really started. So he told Del Webb that he was going to start an aloe vera business, and they started to laugh at him and thought, well, okay, because back in those days, aloe vera wasn't really heard about. And actually, when he did start, he actually started by buying some of the products from Bill Coates. So here's some images of Rex and the little seagull. For those of you who remember, Jonathan Livingston Seagull. I much prefer being an eagle, though, don't you? Because seagulls go around pooping on people's cars. Anyway, so when it started, there was only 3 products. There was aloe vera juice, there was aloe vera jelly, and the Aloe Lotion. And lots of, actually, the container for the lotion and the jelly looked like drain cleaner. He leased an office where there was literally 3 desks, 1 typewriter, and 1 telephone line. And what he used to do, he used to stick labels on the products in the garage between his pickup and his car. So he was buying the aloe vera, as we know, from Bill Coates, but then it started to, the business started to expand. And then he had to start getting some more aloe vera. So he started to get more aloe vera from different companies. But then he started to realize that he was growing too big, too soon, and had no control. And that's when he realized he needed to look at changing and start to become vertically integrated. He needed to have the control back. And so what he did, he bought a small plantation in South Texas, and then he started to buy more land. But one of the things that he's always said, in business, it's not just about having a great product, you also need to surround yourself with great people. So Navaz, who's still with him today, she actually started right at the beginning. RJ and also Greg, who we know Greg, his son. So while he was at high school, he actually worked in the warehouse. Then he worked up in accounts, and in fact, he served his apprenticeship. And one of the things I personally believe with our journey with Forever, we also have to serve our apprenticeship. It's not just about getting a shiny pin. You have to learn your craft, you have to learn the skills, and that can take time. So we learn our apprenticeship. What's also great about Forever, it's a family-owned and family-run business. And over the years, Ashley and I have seen the children and the grandchildren be part of that journey. The mission statement. So the mission statement is really important, and even today, as Aidan has shared with us, that before they make any decisions moving forward, because constantly Forever is looking at moving forward, looking at the best for us as the business owners, they will actually write up the mission statement before in the meetings, and before they make any decisions, they think, are we following what we believe? So this mission statement has been in place the last 40 years as the company has grown. So let me just give you a little bit of a background on what's happened. We started in the small office, as we said, with the 3 desks, and we kind of moved on from there to some other offices in Tempe in Arizona. In 1980, Canada was opened as the next Forever country. 1982 went on to Malaysia, and also purchased Robson honey. Now we still have Robson, the Robson honey. Obviously, we have those products now come from Forever Nutraceutical. But for here in the EU, just so you know, we have a facility in Spain because of being able to get the honey into the EU. So always forward thinking. 1983, Japan, our #1 country, started. 1997, moved to Scottsdale, and 1998, $1 billion turnover. Continues to grow. From those small plantations, how it all started, we have huge plantations now. We are the aloe vera company. We have plantations in Texas and the Dominican Republic. As you can see, the largest plantations in the Dominican Republic. We have Aloe barbadensis Miller. In fact, it's nothing new. It's been around for literally thousands and thousands of years. All the ancient civilizations have known about aloe vera and have used it. It's recorded from as early as 2200 BC. The Egyptians used it for soothing, calming, topically, drinking it. So it's something that has been around for a long time, but we have found a way to stabilize it. As you can see on the slide, you know, we can take the care. In fact, I had somebody contact me this morning and asked literally that, well, I've just seen this product on the high street. What's the difference? Just because a product has aloe vera in it, it doesn't mean it is nutritionally dense. You know, aloe vera contains over 75 nutrients, but those 75 nutrients are working in total balance to support each other. So when you get aloe anywhere else, you have to ask yourself the question, where's it been grown? What's the soil been like it's been grown in? Has it been grown somewhere like the Dominican Republic where we know it's the right soil, the right sunshine? Or has it been force grown in a greenhouse in Wales? It's not quite the same. So once we have taken that aloe and it's harvested by hand and it's filleted by hand, it's then moved to our hub, you might say, and that is Aloe Vera of America. So I'd like to just play you a video now, just to get a feel for Aloe Vera of America. You know, that just gives me goosebumps. Does it you? You know, it makes me feel so proud to be part of this company that is so forward-thinking. And of course, there's the option to go and see Aloe Vera of America in Dallas. Now, if you want to know where that video came from, foreverliving.com website, if you go to the top section on there and it says Journey, the tab's at the top, and you've got all the videos on there. In fact, what I tend to do when I have a new prospect, they want to know more about the company, I just send them that link because it has the whole journey of Forever, so they can understand where we get our products, how we manufacture our products. Very importantly, that we manufacture our own products. You know, we do not have white label products. So we have quality control. They can see the investment that the company has put into everything. So it is really, really important for that. The research and the development, the scientists we have in place, the chemical engineers, you know, everything is in place for our success. Now, of course, you saw that iconic yellow bottle trundling around. But things are changing. And we are going to be getting this, well, aloe vera, but it's going to be in a different, into a different container now. And this is going to be arriving probably kind of the middle of the year. And on the screen it says from 8 minutes to 8 seconds. And you probably think, what does that mean? Well, once again, because we're constantly forward thinking, we now have a way of being able to get the aloe packaged, not in 8 minutes anymore, like the yellow bottle, but in 8 seconds. And because of that, it means that we're not going to have any preservatives in the drinks anymore. So we are going to be the only company in the world that has a totally aloe vera preservative-free drink. How amazing is that? So it's going to be fresher, you might say, a higher amount of nutrients. In fact, the plain gel will now be 99.7% aloe in that container, just with a little bit of vitamin C, and the vitamin C as a nutrient and also a regulator. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a little bit of understanding about why people would want to drink aloe vera. And I'm just going to go to the next slide, which is going back to, did I just press that then? Back to the old shape bottle for now. But obviously what you're going to say about aloe vera, whether it's in the yellow bottle or it's going to be in the new cartons, will be the same, because the nutritional benefits of aloe vera will not be changing, obviously. So often people are not sure how to get the message across about aloe vera in the compliant way. There's that word again. Let's just move to the next slide. And I'm going to help you to kind of understand what you can say. Most people I know, they want to have great skin. Most people I know, they want a good, strong immune system, digestive system. They want to have great joints. They don't want to be tired. In fact, most people I know, they want to be the best that they can be. And that's why people choose to drink aloe vera, because aloe vera contains a whole cocktail of nutrients. And it's these nutrients in aloe vera that support the body in the areas that I've mentioned to be in balance. We have 4 drinks in the range. We have our plain aloe vera gel with all those nutrients. In fact, there's 75 known nutrients. And what's important about that, they are in perfect balance. Even though aloe vera, believe it or not, is 98% water, that other small percentage, because nature has created a plant that has so many nutrients that are working synergistically together. That's why they can support, those nutrients support the health of your digestive system, your immune system, joints, skin, hair, nails. That is the key. The next one, from the plain gel, we have our Forever Freedom. Now, Forever Freedom has all the same nutritional benefits as the plain gel, but it now has the addition of some sulfurs, glucosamine, chondroitin, and MSM. Glucosamine and chondroitin are sulfurs that are found in normal, healthy joints. And then we also have the aloe berry nectar, all the same nutritional benefits as the plain gel, but this is now sweeter tasting because it has the addition of cranberry and apple concentrate. So there's no difference between choosing the plain gel or the berry nectar. It's just down to personal taste. And actually, I like to recommend this one for children just because it's sweeter tasting, and maybe the children are taking it to support the health of their skin. And then we have the aloe bits and peaches. Well, when the new drink comes out, by the way, there's no bits in it. It's just going to be peaches. Oh my gosh, can you imagine how beautiful tasting that's going to be? In fact, you will want to keep drinking it because it tastes amazing. So if you have a really sweet tooth, that's the one to choose. All the same nutritional benefits as the plain gel. Now, often people say to me, how much should I drink? Well, to be honest with you, I've always gone to the advisory board trainings, even before I was an advisory board member, and I wanted to learn from the professionals. I wanted to learn from those people that understood what they were talking about. And Dr. Peter Atherton, who studied aloe at Queen's College, Oxford, he's always said, from working with aloe and seeing what people's results are, he has come back and said that the average adult will feel a difference by consuming 120 mils of aloe a day. So I thought, okay, I'm going to work with that. And actually, all the time that I've been building a business, that's exactly what I have suggested people to start with, 120 mils, unless maybe somebody has a little bit of a sensitive digestive system and they may start on a couple of teaspoonfuls and gradually build up. But apart from that, 120 mils. Because it makes sense to follow what the experts say. So if people say to me, where did you get the information from? I say, well, from the experts. 60 ml a day, maybe for a child, or maybe for someone who is elderly, that maybe they don't need to drink so much. Then you also have the question, when am I going to feel that difference? I say, everybody's body is different. But that's why we have a 60-day unconditional money-back guarantee, because you can try the product, and if you're not happy in any shape or form, you're entitled to get all your money back. And that's literally how I built my business right at the beginning, but making sure people were drinking enough aloe. Okay, so I thought to myself, it made total sense, because I was talking about the 40 years of Forever, that we talk about the iconic drink and how it's going to be changing. But we mustn't forget that we also have some amazing products as well, our topical products. So what I decided to do, I decided just to pick out a few of them. And from the ones that I've picked out, I want to just help you to understand how to communicate about these products also in a compliant way. You know what? Less is more. And when I'm training, I always say to people, let's try and keep our marketplace as wide as we possibly can, because there's no point in trying to be too specific, because it closes your marketplace down. And I'll explain that as we go on. So one of the things is, you can see on the screen there, it says that every product starts with 100% aloe vera gel, and then we add other ingredients to it. Now, I want to explain this to you as well. Funnily enough, I also had a question like that this morning that I answered. What's this 100%? Because I see it on other companies' products, and it really worries me, because is it the same as Forever's? When you see 100% on a label, it doesn't mean by volume. It actually means it's in the product. So let me give you an example. Would you say, I'm 100% in this room? Yeah, I haven't got my leg out the window or the door. No? I'm 100% in this room. Yeah, hello, are you out there? Yeah. There you go. Am I filling this room by volume? No, I'm not that big, am I? So you see, that's how you get away with it, because you're saying, I'm 100% here, but not by volume. It's like having 100% milk in a cup of tea, not by volume. It's like having a flower arrangement, and there's all different flowers in there, but there's a red rose, and you can say there's 100% red rose in that flower arrangement. Does that make sense to you? So when you see that on a product, it doesn't mean it's all aloe vera. It means that aloe vera has been put in there. That's what it basically means. So what we do is we actually start with 100% aloe vera, well, aloe vera 100%. Now, recently, I've had a question about our new target range with the SPF, you know, the new product, and saying, why does it actually start with water? Do you want me to answer that one for you? Because I get it all the time. It's because we wanted to make sure that because of the UVAs and UVBs and the protection with the SPF, it needed to be put into a spreading ingredient. So the water helps to spread the product, so we are protecting the skin evenly from UVAs, which are aging rays, and UVBs, which are burning rays. Okay, so that's why in that particular product, the first ingredient isn't aloe vera. Okay, I hope that's helped, because I get that all the time. So let's talk about then our iconic, you might say, tube products. When you're talking about a product, keep it very, very simple. You can say that. We start with aloe vera and then we add these other ingredients. And our products are really looking at what do you want to get out of that product. Is it something that needs to be cooling on the skin, warming on the skin, nourishing, moisturizing, soothing and calming? These are all words that you can use over and over and over again when talking about the products. So here's 3 of our tubes. One thing to remember is that before recommending one of our topical products, it's always a good idea to recommend people to cleanse their skin with aloe before applying aloe. And the reason for that, if you don't know what they are cleansing their skin with, washing in, bathing and showering in, and there are some chemicals in there or some synthetic ingredients that may sit on the surface of the skin, when you put aloe on the surface of the skin, it might actually irritate. Does that make sense to you? So it's always a good idea when you're advising your clients the right way, get them to cleanse their skin with either we have our aloe hand soap, we have the shower, we have the bath jelly, I should say. We also have the Aloe First, and also you can wipe the areas with the Aloe Activator. So those are some of the key ones. What I really like about the Aloe Activator, I like to give tips out. I like to call that our neutral cleanser. Because when your skin isn't happy, sometimes it reacts to anything, and less is more. So the Aloe Activator is actually a neutral cleanser. There's nothing else really been added in there. So it's very calming and soothing. Because if you start to put ingredients in that are too acidic or too alkaline, that may also cause a slight challenge. So if you have somebody whose skin is, you know, a little bit overreacting, then the Aloe Activator is a really good one. The Aloe First has herbal extracts in there, so even that might not be too good for the skin. Okay, so we have the aloe jelly, and that's something that I would suggest as your cooling product. And a little bit of a tip, if you want it for extra cooling, then why not keep it in the fridge? I used to live in Spain, and in the summer, I used to love the fact that I could go to the fridge and get my aloe vera jelly out of there. So even if you have tired eyes, yeah, just patting a little bit of that aloe vera jelly around my eye area, it was really, really good for that. The next one then, we have our Aloe Propolis. You can all read what it says on the screen, so I don't need to repeat that. But the Aloe Propolis cream, this is the one that I would suggest, which is very nourishing and conditioning. So this is the particular topical product that I would recommend for people that have dry skin. And it could be dry skin from somebody working in the garden. It doesn't necessarily have to be something more severe. So remember, we keep our marketplace really wide when we're talking to people. If somebody has really dry skin or rough skin, their hands, maybe, as I said, someone that's been working the garden, or maybe you've got somebody who's been tinkering under their car and their hands have got really bad. Literally what you can do is, once you've washed your hands in aloe, first of all, then you'll apply the Propolis cream onto your hands, especially at night time. Because did you know that your skin goes through its own recovery process between 12 and 3. Yeah, so that's a good time to really put the product on your hands. And actually what you can do is, laughing to myself, you can put cotton gloves on. So I'm just kind of imagining the engineer or these cotton gloves on his hands, but hey, it works. Okay, so the next one then is the Aloe Lotion. Now, aloe absolutely loves your skin, and the great thing about aloe, it has the same pH as the skin. And because it has the same pH as the skin, which is approximately 5.5, that's why aloe loves all skin types. Another tip for you, add a few drops of our alpha E factor, because that contains soothing chamomile, and it's really good as a great massage medium. So I have people that actually have their, like beauty therapists will use that. Then we have our moisturizing lotion, which is also very nourishing. This is one that I have people like to use when they're doing pedicures. It's really good for kind of massaging into maybe the heels, also your elbows. Then we have our wonderful Aloe Heat Lotion. This is our warming product. Lots of people like to use it before exercise to warm up their muscles, after exercise to also relax their muscles. It's because it's relaxing and obviously warming. Sometimes when you're a little bit stressed, you get stressed. A little bit. So literally you can rub a little bit into your temples after a stressful day. Anybody here like shopping? No? I bet your wife does, James. Do you like shopping? Yes. So when you've been shopping till you're dropping, who gets really tired feet, sore feet? Yeah, so massage them into your feet. So that's also important as well. Or if you've been standing on your feet all day, also massage that in. And then finally, our aloe tooth gel. There's a combination there of aloe and bee propolis. You know what bee propolis? What the bees do, they will go to trees and they will collect this sticky resin from trees and plants, and they will metabolize it with their enzymes, and that's when it becomes something very special called bee propolis. They will then take that back to their hives and they will line the hives with this bee propolis. Propolis actually comes from the Greek word which means before the city, signifying defense from external threats. And that's what the bees do. They will line the hives to protect it from external threats. If they get an invasion in their hive, they will cocoon that in propolis. So I say, if it's good enough for a bee, it's good enough for me to protect myself from external threats. That's why the bee propolis tablet is a great thing to take. And then to put it into our tooth gel, that's why we don't put fluoride in our tooth. We couldn't put fluoride in our tooth gel anyway because it's going to have an effect on the aloe. But the bee propolis does the job. But then also this fresh mint, there's nothing harsh about our product, there's no gritty bits in there. And what's really good about the tooth gel, because aloe loves skin, and you have skin in your mouth, your gums, inside your mouth, that's all skin. That's called your mucous membranes. Any skin that's inside your body is your mucous membranes. Aloe loves skin inside and out. So it's really good for putting onto sore gums, for soothing sore gums. So I'm just going to play another little video for you. And if you don't feel like this man I'm going to share with you now, then you need to come and learn more about aloe vera and our supplements. So just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so if you want to put a little bit more in your life, come along and learn about our aloe and our supplements. I'm doing a training on the 4th of March, Sunday the 4th of March in Dublin, and it is aloe and supplement seminar. You get a workbook, and you've got little gaps to fill in, so it's like going back to school, but everything that you need to be able to support you with your business on aloe and supplements, and I'll also talk to you about how you can put that back in your life. Then on the 7th of April, Saturday the 7th of April, I'm up in the north at Macramorn training on aloe weight management and sport. Now, just to let you know, in case you're not aware, that you can bring guests along to the trainings, and those guests could be prospects. So maybe you know someone who's looking at the business or interested in the business, but maybe coming along to a training and learning about the products first. That could be the hook, yeah? It might be somebody that's into nutrition. It could be someone that's thinking about incorporating our products into their business. It could be a personal trainer. So, you know, bring those people along as your prospect. But don't forget, you can also bring your customers. Now, this is something that we've really started to do in the UK, and it's fantastic, where maybe your customers want to come and learn more about the products. Maybe you could say, as a valued customer of mine, I'd like to take you along to a training because I think you'd find it of interest. You buy them the ticket, and of course, what's going to happen from that? They may buy more products, expand their knowledge, but they may also be interested in the business. So maybe think about that too. Well, I hope you found my little slot of some interest, and I look forward to seeing you on the 4th of March. Take care, have a great day.